Okay to be
Okay.
Canadian.
Button was pressed. We're live.
They definitely heard that. Oh, Canada.
Okay. I can do a captain's log, right? Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
Captain's log started 57495.2. The expedition is currently en route to rendezvous with the Fuso. And on a latter note, Commander Caissie has been accepted to complete a new command training course back on Earth, which promises to lead to a promotion to captain in command of his own vessel. While I am excited for Commander Caissie, I'm also mourning that I will have to break in a new first officer at some point. End captain's log.
Alrighty, we will start the scene. Prax, it is the morning. You have just finished replicating you and your child's breakfast, morning breakfast, and you're just now sitting down in order to eat it. As the music is still playing for some reason. And not the hum.
So you're ready to start your classes?
I suppose. When you're done with your shift, can you read that book you got me?
Be more than happy to.
What time are you going to be done?
Probably closer to 1,700 hours.
Okay. Prax, give me an insight security roll difficulty 1.
Empathy for a focus?
No.
No reroll.
Gain 1. So both of you continue eating, your dog's probably trying to grab table scraps. When coming from what the bloody hell is your kid's name?
Caissie.
So from Kesri's bedroom, you kind of hear what could be whispers. You definitely hear rustling, and then you hear something fall to the ground.
Grabs her phaser and slowly approaches, keeping an eye on Caissie, to investigate.
What's going on?
Stay there, sweetie.
Upon entering, you don't see anything, but you do notice one of Kesri's books that fell off of the bookcase. Actual book, not datapad. Actual book.
She walks up and looks at the book and picks it up.
And it's just a normal leather-bound hardcover book. I got the name of it somewhere. Hold on. And it just on the cover it says the Kingdom of Pharisma. That just so happens to be one of her favorite books that you just purchased within the last couple of weeks. The one more or less likely she wants you to read to her later.
Seeing how this is strange, she'll put the book back into place.
You just slide the book back into its open spot on the bookcase.
And wigged out a little bit, just gonna go over, grab her tricorder, and take some scans.
Nothing out of the ordinary appears on your tricorder.
Heads back over to the table, sit back down. So, what story are you wanting me to read to you?
My favorite one, the Kingdom of Pharisma.
I see. And aside from making small talk, finish your breakfast and clear the table back into the replicator.
Alrighty. Meanwhile, on the bridge, stepping onto the bridge is one Commander Caissie. And to kind of set the scene a little bit for you guys on the bridge, this is right at the start of Alpha Shift. Last night there was a jiu-jitsu tournament that if any of the participants here wanted to join in, I could do quick rolls to see who might have won it. If not, you guys were definitely there watching the jiu-jitsu tournament. And of course, this is Commander Caissie's last full day on the bridge before he goes off to his training course aboard the Fuso. Or boards the Fuso to go back to Earth for his training course. There's kind of the jiu-jitsu tournament that if people joined, we could do a little dice roll. And then, of course, Caisie's last full day. I'll leave you guys there.
I mean, I might do a little bit since I have plenty on and she is pretty fit.
Don't mind all this thread. I got to get down to what I'm supposed to start with. There we go. Now it's it. Would anyone else participate?
Yeah, I think Bedden would have participated.
Alex might give it a go.
Okay.
More for fun than anything.
Right. The question is, would Caissie be packing?
Yep, Caissie would probably participate.
Brilliant.
Okay, so I'm going to do... let's do quick dice rolls here. Or actually, I should just pull numbers out of a hat. Okay, so I'm just very quickly, if Bedin and Wagner can just give me an opposed daring security roll, and then Caissie and DeHaas give me the same roll.
Take a threat.
Okay, so then I just need Bedin and Wagner.
Yay, it's daring. I'll just roll 2. Aw, damn it.
Okay, so it would be Caissie over DeHaas. DeHaas, you probably suffered a minor injury. Maybe like a separated shoulder or something along those lines. Something minor that you had to go get patched up for. Bedin would have been over Wagner fairly decisively, but Wagner was more in it for fun than actually trying to win. So she still got a few good hits in Bedin, but you were able to convincingly win. So now in the finals, it would just have been Bedin and Caissie. So I need you two to make opposed rolls.
Take another threat. Oops.
Oh, there's Krim.
Oh, I should have
I'm
used
gonna
it.
roll 2 more dice.
Ouch.
Oof. Bedin goes down hard.
Yeah, maybe a little overconfident from your bout with Wagner. When Caissie comes in, Caissie, I don't know where you were at, but man, you were not pulling punches in this tournament. You really wanted to win this, and so ultimately, at the end of the day, Caissie ended up pulling out the victory for the Jiu-Jitsu tournament, and there's that result. So Caissie, you enter onto the bridge, basking in your victory last night.
Morning, everyone.
Morning,
Good
sir.
morning.
Morning, sir.
I hope no one is too sore.
Just my pride, sir.
Mine too, sir. Just
Likewise.
remind me.
On my
I have to
shoulder.
have you teach me a few moves.
Well, I'm afraid you'll have to catch me back on Earth. As some of you are likely aware, it is my last day on board.
It's been an honor working with you, sir. And serving.
I'll echo the same comment, sir. It's bittersweet. We know it's good for your career, but well, it's just not going to be the same without you.
I appreciate your kind words, and well, I'm sure this won't be any of your last postings either, so we could very well encounter each other again someday. if I respect Prax too much to poach her officers, but if any of you ever become unassigned, I'm sure I can find a place for you if I do end up in command of a vessel.
Don't you mean when, sir?
Well, I have to pass the course of first, and a vessel has to, an appropriate vessel has to become available, but my focus now is just to do the best I can in the training.
Well, sir, we're all confident in you.
Thank you. I'd be lying if I didn't have some nerves, but this came earlier than I was expecting in my career, but clearly Prax and other officers have faith in me enough to recommend me for this course, so I'll try not to let them down.
Good morning. Anything new to report?
Nothing of note?
Morning, Captain. Quiet day. Well, morning so far.
I suppose I owe a congratulations to you, Commander Caissie, on your victory last night.
Well, I had to uphold my reputation before my departure, but my crewmates, of course, put up a very stiff opposition.
Well, I hope Dr. McKenzie's sickbay was not packed.
Well, I'm sure she's more than capable of taking care of some sports injuries.
GM, any strange reports from Gamma Shift?
There are just some minor fluctuations in the plasma systems, but it was pretty routine maintenance. But other than just some minor things, maintenance things, pretty quiet night.
Lieutenant Wagner, are we still on schedule to rendezvous with the Fuso?
I'll just quickly double check the readout and make sure we're still on our original plan. Looks like all's good. Our ETA is 12 hours, Captain.
Well, Commander, I hope you're packed and ready after your little bout yesterday. It's going to be a shame when you leave.
Well, it's certainly been a good few years, but I wouldn't want them to think I was lingering here by declining the course.
Well, Commander Caissie, I think give you a few moments of being first officer on board this ship while you can. I'll be in my ready room. You have the con.
Aye, Captain.
All right, is there anything anybody wants to do? Any diagnostics they want to run while you're at your stations?
I'll check the set, do a standard sensor check and all that. Make sure everything's working properly. We're just heading to another rendezvous, right? So keep an eye out for things.
Right, there's the Husses.
I guess for my post, just general tactical readiness type things. I don't think anybody's expecting to run into any extreme dangers, so just trying to keep things tip-top shape.
Okay, was there anything else? Sorry, I'm trying to eat my dinner while doing this.
Captain's just going to go over reports from the area.
Yeah,
And see-
nothing in the reports really stands out. You know, maybe a few extraplanetary objects on sensors, you know, things to plot around, but other than that, pretty standard. But all right, I think what we'll do now is we'll go ahead and head to the next scene. And we'll jump time to the end of Alpha shift. You know, Alpha shift about 8 hours, so you're still about 4 hours before your scheduled rendezvous with the Fuso. And it's probably just about the time that Alpha shift is just about to start or finish up their turnover for the next shift. And Alpha shift, you're starting to think of what the evening plans are going to be. You know, what you're going to do for the evening.
Commander, are you intending to let us toast give you a toast goodbye, or are you wanting to get an early nap before departing?
Caissie?
Hello? How long have I been muted?
I just heard the hello.
Oh, I've probably been talking for a while, and yeah.
Yeah, I wondered.
Ah, yes. What I did say was, I'm sure I'll get plenty of time to rest on the way there.
Oh, we're going out? Where to?
We're at DS-17, right?
No, you're currently en route to rendezvous with the Fuso.
Oh, okay. I thought we were meeting them at DS-17.
Nope.
I guess then our options are the mess hall.
Works for me.
All right, to the mess hall it is.
All right, is everyone heading straight to the mess hall? Or anyone else making stops before that?
I think Bedden will just go straight there.
Yeah, the hospital. No, straight here, straight there too.
As will Wagner.
Yeah, I don't have
So-
anything else.
All right, so you guys just head straight there. You don't go to your rooms or anything like that. Just getting a sense where everybody is. All right, so we'll head to head to the mess really quick. Who am I missing? Missing Wagner. Missing Bedden. So the senior staff, you all head down right after your shift lets out. You head to the mess hall to begin a somewhat of a parting celebration for Commander Caissie.
So, Commander, what are you feeling?
This is like after Alpha shift, right? So like dinner time.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. So, maybe 4:30, or I guess military time. This will be 16:30, something around there.
Well, it's a bit early to start having a drink, but well, that's never stopped me before.
But you guys
Like,
got to remember the rendezvous with the Fuso is in like 3.5 hours. So you don't have much time.
yep.
And we give him all the fun wine.
Case will go, I guess, find a seat and
Oh, Caissie, did you say what you wanted, or?
oh, oh, are you taking drink orders?
Yeah, I was just gonna go grab him at the bar.
I'll have a gin and tonic, I suppose.
Alrighty, gin and tonic. Anyone else?
I have some ale. She can order some food too.
Alrighty, anyone else?
Um, I'll have whatever's new, I guess.
Alrighty, whatever's new, which would hopefully be nothing too crazy. Ben kind of looks around. And Prim, what are you feeling right now?
Uh, just some apple juice right now, I guess.
Alrighty, just plain apple juice, or
Yeah, just plain.
okay, nothing to go with it. I will be right back. And yeah, Ben will go up and put the orders in, and then he'll also get a gin and tonic for himself as well. Ooh, didn't know Ed would be right back. So yeah, I guess kind of keep things. Oh, never mind.
What was the query?
Ben was just gonna go and put the drink order in and get a gin and tonic for himself.
Yep. Yeah, whatever you need, probably there. You just were able to restock all your private stocks too. So
Yep, everything's full octane except the apple juice. So yeah, then we'll come back over and set the drink tray down at the table. So, Commander, if you don't mind me asking, when did you know that you wanted to be a captain?
I don't know that I can pinpoint any specific point. Um, to be honest, at every point in my career, I just looked at the next milestone to see how far I would go. When I was a security officer, I thought of becoming chief of security. When I was chief of security, I wanted to become second officer, and onward and upward from there. After more than a year now, as permanently posted as first officer, I felt that I may be ready for the next challenge.
Well, it certainly seems like you're not alone and feeling like you're ready to take on the next challenge. To get this honor, this is well, congratulations to Commander Caissie. I'll toast to your success, and he'll raise a drink and take a drink.
Raise mine. Take a drink as well.
You all flatter me, and he'll raise his glass as well.
Wagner will raise hers. Sorry.
I don't really know how a prune would taste, let alone prune juice.
Just think very sweet, kind of like a raisin, but not really.
Big raisin.
Yeah, like it tastes better than a raisin, I think. But
The stuff I had was also weirdly thick in texture as a kid, and it was very off-putting to me.
So it's a semi-sweet.
the prune juice I had was actually really sweet.
Yeah, same. It's at least as sweet, if not sweeter, than grape juice.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, it makes sense, right? Grapes eventually become raisins.
Yeah, and I think prunes are dried plums, so.
Mhm.
Although grapes also make wine. Okay, so we're going to follow Prax for a little bit. That is not where I wanted to send you. There we go. No worries, Prax. We'll theater the mind it. All right, Prax. When you enter, your quarters, you notice that there are clothes strewn around the room. And the book that you picked up earlier is just lying in the middle of the room. And your dog is kind of doing, little doggy paces around it.
Kazri. And immediately, almost in a panic, she starts looking for her daughter. Kazri. I'm assuming not anywhere to be.
The silence is your answer.
Computer locates Kesri Talinar.
Kesri Talinar is no longer on the ship.
Captain to bridge.
Go ahead, Captain.
Are there any vessels nearby within transporter range?
Negative, Captain. There's nothing but the Fuso on our sensors.
Do a scan, see if you can't pick up any traces of tachyons in the area. Put the ship on yellow alert.
Understood, Captain.
And she walks over and looks at, grabs her tricorder and starts scanning to see if there's any other DNA.
Your scans do not pick up anything.
Captain to Lieutenant Bedden.
Lieutenant Bedden here.
Lieutenant, come to my quarters with the security team.
Right away, Captain. And he'll immediately start walking to her quarters and then communicate to a security team.
So you're probably all around enjoying the time when Bedden gets that call.
So Captain, okay?
I don't know, but with the communication like that, I don't intend to wait.
Well, no, of course not. If you need me, just let me know.
Understand. Commander Caissie, I'll try to be back soon.
I understand. Duty always comes first.
Bedden will start jogging down the corridor, get to the captain's quarters.
And we'll stay here as a hushed silence befalls the four of you. You guys probably are aware of the change in ship status, by the by.
I will work on finishing my my dinner in case I'm needed.
Grim is just going to I'll be in engineering.
Alrighty. Krim head to engineering. The rest are staying. We'll head to the captain's quarters. as Bedin with his security team arrive.
So Bedin would have ordered his security team to immediately sweep the area and ensure it's clear. Captain, not to be rude, but you'll look around and suddenly realize, is your daughter missing?
Yes, Lieutenant, I need you to perform a deck by deck search if you can. Tricorder comes up with nothing, and the computer says she's not on the ship.
We're on it, Captain. You'll walk up to the nearest security officer. On a deck by deck sweep, we're looking for a young girl. Responds to the name Caissie. It's very sensitive. Try not to make too large of a fuss, but let's make sure that we're extremely thorough and let me know if anyone finds anything.
Give me a presence security difficulty 1, Bedin.
Yeah, no focus.
Right away, Lieutenant. And he'll step out and make a call to get some security dispatch, starting the search throughout the ship.
Ben will walk back up to the captain. Sir, was your daughter acting odd earlier, or did she say anything that may be of use in our investigation?
You're going to think I'm crazy, Lieutenant, but I'm going to answer this. No, she was actually looking forward to right around now. I was going to read her a story. One of the new books, which you see, is currently lying on the floor. Now, per protocol, because I'm considering this a crime scene, I haven't touched anything other than my tricorder. However, this morning, during breakfast, I heard some noises coming from Caissie's room. I went to investigate. Nothing was there except the book. That particular book fell off the shelf. Now, I can only presume that Caissie grabbed the book and placed it on the floor. And I'm going to stop there.
Fell off the shelf. You mean it was?
It was secured inside the bookshelf, and it was like it was pulled out and was lying on the floor.
Ben will navigate this very diplomatically. I understand, Captain. Well, as you mentioned, you yourself consider this a crime scene, so if you don't mind, I'll ask you to temporarily vacate your quarters. Of course, well, we can be sure to set you up somewhere else, and I'll make sure that we have security teams, the forensic teams, sweep the entire apartment. I'm really sorry, Captain. I know this is likely a stressful situation.
Of course. I'll be in the captain's mess.
Understood. Forensics should only take hopefully a couple hours at most, and well, I'll let you know as quickly as I can, sir.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Are you taking the dog with you?
Yes.
Just so I know where everything's at.
I have a question. Was Jezu like prancing around the book that you described it when I came in? Or when
Sent you a message. All right, so Captain and Jezu head to the captain's mess, leaving Bedin and his security team.
So Ben will tap his comm badge and request a forensics team to the captain's quarters. And
All right, so that sounds like an advantage creation. So it'll be let's go present security difficulty 2. And keep in mind that since you are the chief of security, you do get a superpower while being on the ship.
what's the superpower?
Let me pull to it really quick. Think you get something similar to like what the doctor or the engineer would have. I believe you get like an advantage for security team while being on the ship. But let me just double check that. When aboard the ship, the chief of security always has the advantage security detachment, which represents the ship's security personnel. So you could use that to create advantages and such. So, you know, like lowering the difficulty and whatnot.
Awesome. Yeah, maybe a dumb question. Is that a one-time spend or is that continuous?
When, as long as you are on the ship.
Awesome. Yeah, let's go ahead and lower that difficulty by 1.
Yep. So BSB presence and security diff 1.
All right, take a threat. And we're rolling. And the same.
All right. You gain 1 at least. Try to get you some momentum, you know.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
And yeah, a few more personnel come down, you know, responding to your request for forensics teams.
So Ben will stay.
And
Oh,
it's probably a petty officer is probably in charge of this team. What can we do for you, sir?
I'm gonna need a full sweep of these quarters. As you know, these are the quarters of the captain of the ship, so I don't think I have to. Well, I shouldn't have to remind you that this is very sensitive. But I do want a full overturning of the quarters here. Captain mentioned that her daughter's missing currently. Ship's computer is not reporting that her daughter is on board the ship. And according to the captain, there had been some worrying things happened earlier in the day. I'll just leave it at that. So whatever you need to do without destroying the captain's belongings, you have permission to go do it.
Understand, sir. Or understood, sir.
And Ben's going to walk over to the book. He's going to pull out his tricorder. and just give it a quick scan himself.
All right, give me a reason or insight with science difficulty of 3.
Oof. This is gonna be really hard for me to do.
Actually, since I had threat, and since you are definitely not a scientist, I'm going to make it a diff 4 for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Realizing how difficult this is gonna be, Ben will just back off and then request the forensics team to pay particular attention to the book on the ground, as well as the bookcase that the
So
captain
I'll still do it like you did the action. When you scan the book, uh, you don't really understand the science side of things, so you're not sure if there's anything there, and you realize that it's probably a forensics is a lot harder than you think it is, and so you tend to leave it to the experts, just to give it some flavor.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, while the forensics team is doing its thing, Ben will just walk around the room. Uh, he'll try to notice if anything seems odd or out of place.
I mean, insight security difficulty 1. If you have like anything like observation or investigation or anything like that, I'll take those.
All right, cool. Yeah, I have investigative techniques.
Yeah, I'll take that.
All right, since it's a security roll, take a threat. And definitely rerolling that. Better.
All right, game 2. Now you got some momentum to play with. So when the captain leaves and the forensic team gets there, you start doing an investigation, and obviously the room looks very lived in. But you do notice the things the captain pointed out, where the book was lying on the floor. There's clothes strewn about the room. You don't get a sense that there is a struggle or anything. Like nothing's really out of place. You're not reading any DNA from anybody else who would not otherwise have access to the room. You're not seeing any stains or spills or anything.
Sign.
I should probably mention that the clothes were taken out of the dresser too. So like there's probably an open drawer or two on the dresser where clothes were taken out of. But
Gotcha. Are there any more clothes remaining in those drawers in the dresser?
yeah, I mean, imagine how a dresser is. There's clothes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I guess does it look like clothes were taken out of Kesri's dresser?
I will answer that for unless you have any extra questions, I could start taking momentum for those.
Uh no, I mean I could do scans, but I
Well,
think
well,
somebody
actually,
got
no.
more.
That one's probably a free question. That's probably an environmental thing. Yeah, it would be her dresser the clothes are out of. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So, thinking through, obviously she would have clothes on now. Does it look like more than one outfit might have been taken out? Would I
That
know
will
that?
be a momentum.
All right, let's spend it. And GM, just kind of on my walkthrough of the quarters, did it look like any of her clothes might have been strewn about on the floor?
Yeah, it would have been her clothes. I'll give you that one.
Okay. So that would be consistent, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So Bedden is curious about the book that was laying on the ground, and that the captain said fell off the bookshelf. Can he, I guess, with his tricorder or pad, just type in the title of the book to get an overview about what it's about?
Yeah. The title of the book is The Kingdom of Pharisma. As soon as I find how I spell it, I can type it out for you. And just so you type that into your tricorder, and a quick synopsis of the book is it's basically like a mystical tale of knights, of kingdoms, of mystical lands, mystical creatures, things like that.
Gotcha.
It's suited for children,
Yeah.
not young children, but like maybe 9 to 10, maybe on the older side than what Kesri could read, but reason she's a little more advanced in reading. Yeah, it's like a fairy tale.
Gotcha. Yeah, he'll turn to his petty officer, I guess, and just ask if they found anything so far.
So what are you wanting them to search for?
Oh, I wanted them to do a full sweep of the quarters.
Well, sir, we're having a hard time with this one. It's almost as if they just disappeared. I'm not finding a transporter trace. So unless there's a high level technology in play, I don't think there's a transporter involved. I'm not seeing any DNA, so I don't think anyone else was here. No DNA traces.
My God. Computer. After Captain Prax left her quarters to attend her duty shift on the bridge, did the door to her quarters open at any point after that?
Affirmative.
Time.
So trying to think. 6:45 a.m. Next door registration 16:15. And then the last one would have been when Captain Prax came in. So it was open 3 times before Prax discovered what was going on. Well, twice, and then the captain's.
Gotcha. Okay, so 1 in the morning, presumably when the captain left. 1
Yes.
when she returned, and then 1 at 14:15, I think he said.
16:15.
16:15.
Yeah. The door doesn't log who it is, just that it was opened.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to do a roll to find out the who.
Bedden will just ask the computer. Computer, was the door when the door was opened at 16:15? Was the door open from the outside or from the inside?
The door was open from the outside.
Bedden will do that roll to see who opened the door.
Just a diff one. Insight or reason with security. I'll let you keep your investigative stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, take a press. through roll. Cool.
And the door would name Kesri as the one who opened the door from the outside, presumably returning from her classrooms.
Gotcha.
All right, then while you think of where to go next, I'll head back to the mess room or the mess hall with Captain Prax entering the captain's mess.
Just wearing out the deck plating, that's all.
Pacing. There's no window or anything to this, right?
No, there is no window.
Just so I can see if the crew would see you pacing.
I mean, technically, I don't know. That part was open in Voyager. I don't know if they, because they made this the kitchen, and it's not. It's the captain's
Yeah.
mess.
Yeah, so it probably wouldn't have a window there. They probably redesigned it. Okay, anything going on here? The four of you in the mess probably do notice security. A few security officers probably walk through, search for something and then leave. Probably out with their tricorders.
Caisie's like last 3 hours, so I think he's probably figuring if he needed to know about it, someone would have told him.
Yeah, the only thing the four of you know is that the ship's under yellow alert, and you saw security walk through with tricorders. Really, all you guys know. Oh, and Bedin ran off after a call from the captain.
Should we be getting ready for something?
We're supposed to be running. We're supposed to be connecting with another ship, right? Is that the one Caisie's leaving on, or is that something else?
We're not supposed to get there for hours yet. I think something else is up.
Yeah.
Well, I figure if I needed to know, someone probably would have told me.
Yeah.
Now that he's off shift, has he like turned over first officer to whoever's going to be acting first officer?
Maybe not right away, but I also don't think a new one was selected right away.
I just meant if he's like a couple hours from leaving, I imagine he might just be like not even officially have any duties anymore.
I mean, it might fall to Krim as the next highest ranking? Question mark?
I think he was the second officer, so. I just figure if he's a few hours from leaving, he's probably not actually have any duties anymore.
It would fall to Krim until a new first officer is appointed.
Sorry, Krim went to engineering. So it's just the three of you, sorry. I forgot he did say that. That's right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Caisie's already 1 foot out the door.
I'm just thinking in military terms, if it's your last day, like you don't actually have any, like someone's already taken over from you, effectively.
You're probably not wrong. Alrighty, so we got the captain pacing in her captain's mess. The three of you still enjoying the plethora of liquor that Ben brought out before he got whisked away for reasons unbeknownst to you. And Krim responding to the yellow alert went to engineering. I think we're all caught up, right?
Yeah. Wagner is going to shrug and say, well, I've had some of this, so I can't really do anything. Guess I'll hang around here, and if we go to red alert, I'll go to my quarters, so I'm out of the way. Or maybe I'll go to the doctor and get a sober shot.
We'll lay off the drinks, I suppose, but seeing as I'm relieved now, I don't have anything. I don't really think there's much that I can contribute. As I said, if I needed to know, I'm sure someone would have told me. But I wouldn't want to meddle with the new chain of command.
Alrighty, Krim, what are you doing in engineering?
I see it is. Yeah. And it clicked with him. Oh, wait. See if there's anything going on down there.
Sorry, can you say that again? You broke up a little bit.
So he hits his comm badge. Or if they have anything.
If who has anything?
Engineering.
Oh, did you go to the bridge?
After he left, as it clicked, oh, wait.
You're the commander now.
Yeah.
All right, let's get all these bloody alpha shifts out of here. Engineering is reading all systems are okay. You might have just gotten up here in time to hear the captain request a scan.
Okay.
What's that?
Watch. On.
Sorry, you roboted a little bit.
Can just be like, any idea what's going on?
I just need the first part. I just heard what's going on.
Chief of the watch. Basically, whoever's in command right now.
Right. Sir, it appears that there might be a missing child situation, and the captain has requested that we scan for any anomalous for tachyon readings outside of the ship. Right, Captain Tachyon? Captain's away.
Yes, tachyons. I just sat down.
Awesome. So the missing child was reported, and the request to scan for tachyons. And the scan on the tech unit is complete, sir. We did not find anything. I was just about to report it.
Wouldn't mind. Bridge to Captain Prax.
Go ahead, Commander.
That tachyon scan that you requested just came back. It's negative.
Thank you, Commander.
Understood. Bridge out. I'm going to ask this of the GM so I'm not metagaming, but would Krim have enough information to put together who's missing?
Yeah, there's only one child on the ship.
And a child who the captain would order a yellow alert.
Yep.
Computer, locate the captain, please.
The captain is in the captain's mess.
Understood. And he'll head off the bridge, heading towards the captain's mess.
All right. We'll head back to the captain's quarters. With Bedden still continuing his investigation. Any next steps you want to explore, Bedden?
So I'm assuming in the meantime, the forensics team hasn't found anything.
No, nothing other than what I told you. They're stumped by this as you are.
All right, well, thank you all. I'll let you know if we need anything else. You'll also ask the security officer in here to ensure that no one else enter the room until the investigation is fully complete or the child is found. This quarters is off limits, including the captain. And if she does need access to her quarters, just let me know.
Understood, sir. Also, we have completed our deck by deck sweep, sir. It has found nothing.
Thank you. He'll tap his comm badge. Bed into Captain Prax.
Go ahead, Lieutenant.
May I join you for a moment, Captain?
I'm assuming it has something to do with the investigation.
Yes, Captain.
Very well.
All right. before Bedden joins the captain, he'll, as he passed by a security officer, we'll just mention to the officer, I'd also like these quarters under surveillance as well, including optical surveillance. I wouldn't mind scans. Looking for anything out of the ordinary. Tachyon scans, energy readings, movement, anything.
Understood, sir.
He'll hurry off to go join the captain.
For that one, however, give me a presence command, difficulty 2.
Alrighty.
You said some keywords in there that I'm using for other things.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I really, really want this place monitored. So take 3 momentum. Oh my God. Ugh.
I will include your superpower here to the reduce the difficulty, so I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
However, you're gonna have to wait for the result because they have to do the thing.
Gotcha.
So it's successful, just successful. Next scene.
Gotcha.
So I think the first person then that gets to the mess hall would be Krim. You said you're going straight into the captain's mess?
Yeah, Ben will join her there.
Well, I meant Krim.
Oh,
Because Krim said he was heading down there.
I beat him.
Oh, what was that, Krim?
Right there.
Huh? Yeah, Krim, I think I heard 2 words. Okay, you're heading there. And then I sent Captain the message just for clarification on something. Alrighty, and then Krim will enter into the captain's mess.
Commander.
I guess Kesri's missing.
Yes.
Other than the tachyon, how the investigation's going?
Lieutenant Batten is on his way to give him to give me his report.
All right. And I'll have the bridge stand down from yellow alert while we carry out the investigation.
Very well, but make sure continuous scans go out.
Go virtual panel and just go, Bridge, this is Grim.
Go ahead, sir.
Stand down from yellow alert, resume normal watches.
Aye, sir.
Continuous scans in the immediate vicinity.
Understood, Commander. What was that last line? You roboted.
Let me know of any anomalies.
Understood, sir.
Enter.
And then we'll have bed and enter.
Captain, he'll look over at Krim. Lieutenant Commander? Captain, are you all right receiving the report with Lieutenant Commander here?
Go ahead, Lieutenant.
The deck-by-deck search by our security teams didn't turn up with a catch. The forensics conducted on your quarters also hasn't returned anything so far. We turned the place inside out, Captain. According to computer logs, last events at the door to your quarters before you came home, Caissie apparently returned from school at 16:15, and the door wasn't opened either from the inside or the outside before that. I've directed our security teams to keep your quarters under observation, under surveillance, looking for anything out of the ordinary that might happen. In the meantime, I'll direct security teams to be vigilant, conduct additional scans and passes of the ship for the next 48 hours, and we'll see what we can turn up.
Understood. Well, in that case, I will be returning to my quarters.
Captain, I would consider possibly staying the night in another set of quarters if anything were to take place. We do have it under constant surveillance.
Then the security department will protect me, Lieutenant.
Understood,
Either
Captain.
if whatever happened to my daughter happened in that quarters, and I intend to find her. So whoever is behind it either will return to the scene of the crime, or if they are after me, it wouldn't matter where I'm at on the ship. So, if you don't mind, Lieutenant, I would like to return to my quarters.
Well, the quarters has been scanned up and down, top to bottom. From what we could tell, there's nothing dangerous in those quarters. But, Captain, if you even have an itch or an inkling, be sure to let us know.
Security to Lieutenant Bedden.
Bedden will step back a few steps. Lieutenant Bedden here.
Sir, I think we might have found something.
Captain's quarters?
Yes, sir. Some type of anomalous reading. I'm not really sure what's here, though.
We'll be down there right away. Captain, may I escort you to your quarters?
You certainly can.
He'll make his way.
And I'm pretty sure the three of you could probably see out of these little portholes in the door, and you probably have seen Bedin, Krim, and now the captain walk past the door a few times.
Straight into open space.
I'm gonna step out before they get too far away. Excuse me, Captain. Do you need my assistance? No?
Not at present.
All right, Captain.
I am to Miss Bay.
Alrighty, we'll head back to the captain's quarters. With Bedin, the captain with dog in tow. Few of the security personnel.
So Bedden will say, and what have you found?
Detecting some kind of anomalous reading here in the room, sir. When you asked us to do that deck by deck sensor sweep, we found something. I'm just not sure exactly what it is.
Well, Captain, looks like we may need some help after all. Would you mind if we got Lieutenant Degas here?
Of course.
I suppose I don't have to tell you I'm not one for very detailed sensor readings. I'll tap his comm badge. Oh, nice. Lieutenant Bedden to Lieutenant Degas.
Yes, Lieutenant.
Well, turns out your services may be helpful here. Would you mind joining us at the captain's quarters.
I'm here on my way. And I will head to the captain's quarters.
Yeah, the Casey and Wagner probably heard that as well.
Something's up.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Alrighty, back to the captain's quarters. DeHaas will see all the security parked outside the captain's quarters as you approach the doors.
Talk to the security guys. Tell them that I was summoned by Lieutenant Ben. That he's expecting me.
Yes, ma'am. Go on in.
Lieutenant, Captain, how may I be of service?
The captain just looks at Bedin.
Well, Lieutenant, our forensics teams who were doing scans at the captain's quarters, well, they picked something up and we don't know exactly what it is. We were hoping you could take a look for us.
Oh, certainly. I don't. She leans in and Ben. Is her daughter missing? I don't see her.
Yes. Hezri hasn't been seen in, well, a few hours. A couple hours.
None, and don't take a look at the scanner reads.
Sorry, what were you doing? DeHaas?
Oh, she'll find the security officer with the tricorder or whatever and look at the readings or have them transferred to hers.
Go ahead and give me a reason or insight with science difficulty of 2.
Sensors as a focus.
No, not in this case, because you're not really using ship sensors.
How about computers?
I will give this one to you because you said you're pulling the information from his tricorder.
Yeah.
So I'll make this an engineering roll. I'll make this a control engineering div 2.
Oh, well, that I don't have. All right.
But I'll let you use the focus.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah.
And There's no momentum, right? Okay. So, just hope and pray.
So far, one success.
Yeah.
Let it stand.
Can I use technical expertise to roll one of those?
No, because it's not using the
Oh,
ship.
it's a ship. So, yeah, I read that wrong. My bad.
It's a good talent, but it has to use the ship.
Yeah.
You're having some difficulty understanding the scans they took, so you pretty much think it might be better to just do your own scan at this point,
Yep. All right.
which will be the reason or insight with science diff 2.
Same focus with the.
No, not with
No.
the computers. No.
No. All right. I'll give you a threat for 3 dice then, with bold science.
Yep. There it is. Gain 1. And I'll send you some.
All right. This anomalous readings coming from this book. Is a book out here in this area, or is it still back here on the shelf?
It's lying in the middle of the floor because the active crime scene. They didn't want to move anything,
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'll
so it's still where it was on the floor.
just go up and scan the book more.
All right.
And then-
Give me. This is. Go ahead, Captain.
She looks at DeGrasse and go, "You mean this book, the one I bought my daughter?" And she kind of reaches down and points at it. This book here.
Yes, Captain. Where did you get this book?
It's a good question, GM.
As I'm
Just a merchant.
theorizing now.
A merchant on Deep Space 17.
A merchant. Last time we were
Yeah.
on DS-17.
Oh my. Means it could be from anywhere.
You know, a rare and exotic bookstore. Yeah, which are obviously rare because everything's digitalized.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm gonna try and determine like what kind of a novelist reading this is. Like try and is it something related to like time disbursement or warp displacement or
All right, go ahead and give me a reason or insight with your science, difficulty of 3.
alright. Let's do see what astrophysics work as a focus.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Let's go ahead and set me 3 threat for 4 days.
I do enjoy all the threat.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Gain
a
another
gold.
one. There you go.
I'm getting a strange subspace reading from the book itself, Captain. And then I don't know what's causing it, but it is coming from the book.
Would analyzing it in the science lab be more beneficial?
Probably, Captain. It would certainly give me access to more devices that in this simple tricorder.
It's just a simple hardcover paper book. There's supposed to be no electronics in it, but and Prax leans down to pick the book up.
And you successfully pick it up.
What page is it on? Like, have I flipped through this yet?
Yeah, you've read it a few times. It's probably on page, let's call it 34.
I'm going to read the page.
And as soon as the captain reads the page, the captain just disappears and the book falls to the ground. And you all see this happen. The captain literally just disappears. Book falling, hitting the corner of this, and falls back to the ground.
Jesus! Thought
Ben
that
will
was
look
going to
at
happen.
Big ass. I won't say anything if you don't say anything. I'm kidding. Well, Lieutenant, looks like we may have found our culprit.
I think so. I wonder if her initially reading it to her daughter activated it somehow. And now it won't turn off. I'm just throwing that out there. But
Well, either way,
we gotta figure out how to get them out now.
well, I think
Well,
this
hopefully
calls
they're
for,
okay.
very close observation, for lack of a better way of saying it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'd want to try and do any scientific studies on this. So I don't know what kind of impact it would have.
Well, Lieutenant, I have to say that I'm out of my depth here with a magic book. Are you sure we shouldn't take it down to the science lab?
I mean, probably couldn't hurt to take it, at least look at it, some, like scan it some more. Maybe I can digit. I wonder if I can scan it digitally and get it that way. We probably should notify Krim.
Lieutenant, you said we should notify Krim?
Well, yeah, because the captain's not here. So
Okay, well,
yeah, we don't know her state any more than yeah. You probably want to seal this her quarters too. I'm going to see if I can get. I'm sure the forensic team have some kind of container I can put the book in without opening it necessarily.
Yeah, there's plenty of containers aboard the ship that you could grab.
Then try and take it to a science lab.
I'll in the meantime, Lieutenant, I'll make sure to let Lieutenant Commander Krim know. He'll look around to his security officers in the room and just say, I don't want anyone coming near that book until Lieutenant Degas successfully contains it and brings it to a science lab. And I want an escort with her at all times. Do you understand me?
Aye, sir.
Look down at Jezu. Well, I also don't think that you should be in here either. And he'll lean over and scoop the dog up in his arms.
All right. We're going to head to a theater of the mind. Captain, you find yourself in a very enchanted forest. Fairly thick, but it's a bright, beautiful day. The temperature's perfect. There's birds and bugs that you could hear, just making this like a very whimsical, very mystical forest. One that you definitely would recognize describing from the tale.
She starts calling out her daughter's name, Kesri, and wanders a little bit. Tries to think of this particular part that she read and what might come next. Assuming my character read it.
You have. As you're calling out for your daughter, a bird Bird? No, let's call it a small squirrel perches on a nearby branch. Hey, you! What's all this ruckus?
Greetings. I am Israel. I am looking for my daughter Kesri.
Who?
My daughter Kesri. She has spots, sort of similar to me. Am I dressed still in my uniform, by the way?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. She's a small child, 6 to 7 years of age.
Oh, right. Yeah, I seen her. I mean, that's to say I saw her.
You did? Can you please show me the way? I would be most grateful.
I think the Avarian Knights took her to see King Bale.
Does that
You would
ring the
nec-
bell?
Yes, that's the ruler of the area.
Is he dictated as a
Benevolent
bevel?
ruler.
Okay.
Yeah. Children's book.
Thank you. Does the squirrel really have a name in the story?
No, you've never heard of this creature before.
Okay. Thank you, Sir Squirrel.
Try to keep it down, though. We're working here. Got to prepare for winter.
Of course. Sorry for the disturbance. As the captain thinks to himself, I must truly have gone mad to talk to a squirrel.
Hey, sometimes the best conversations are had with rodents. All right, back on the ship. I don't know if I have a science lab. Small sick bay. Let's probably take it down to engineering. Sounds good. In Voyager, that tended to be the science lab. Oh, so as you guys are heading down there, are you telling anybody?
Commander Shrimp to, I guess,
For sake of time management here, we'll go ahead and bring him with here. We'll throw him down there. It's already almost 10 Eastern. Holy shit.
You wanted to see me?
yes, sir, the captain is also missing now. I think she got sucked into the boat. I think her daughter's in the boat as well. It has some kind of subspace alarm. It has some kind of subspace connected to it. And we're gonna need to figure out what to do.
Okay.
The captain read a page or a passage and disappeared after I determined the subspace was connected to it. She picked up the book and opened it. And that's all I know so far.
Well, I don't have any experience with that kind of subspace anomaly. So I guess I'll leave that to you then, to Haas. And now I get to go be acting captain as well.
Lieutenant Commander, if I may, making maybe a couple leaps of logic here. If Caissie read the book and she's in the story now, and the captain read the book, and she's in the story now. If they're in danger, it might be worth, well, making sure they have some backup.
You're talking about sending in a security team.
Something like that.
It makes sense, Lieutenant. But I would say keep it small. No more than absolutely necessary.
Of course, sir. I'm thinking, well, standard away team, maybe.
Maybe not standard. But you form it. We need to make sure the captain stays safe and get her out of there, so.
Understood, sir. I'll put a team together, and for lack of a better way of saying it, I'll let you know before we get underway.
Pull any resources necessary for many of the science departments that you need.
Yes, sir. Do I have anybody that's expert in fantasy literature?
I don't know if we've got one of those on board.
How about anybody expert in the occult or metaphysical?
I really don't know. I think you're mainly looking at. I think you're mainly looking for experts in subspace.
Well, yeah, that too, probably, yeah. So, see about finding information on some space anomalies. And see if I can scan the book and make like a digital copy of it, so I don't have to physically read the book.
Yeah, there are digital copies of the book that exist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'll be able to find it in the database. You could read the database if you want. The book on, a pad if you want.
Yeah.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I guess I have an away team to put together, and then we'll walk off and tap his comm badge.
There it is.
Commander Caissie, would you and Lieutenant Wagner have a brief moment to speak with me?
Of course, we're on our way.
Yeah, no problem. On our way, sir.
stay there so you two can have a little bit of role play time before you head down to engineering, I would suspect.
Sounds serious.
I was wondering when we were going to get dragged into this. It would be too easy if I could simply walk off the ship and continue about my life.
Think of it as leaving in a place of glory?
That remains to be seen.
Oh, I'm gonna guess whatever we're about to go into, I'm gonna need to be sober for, so I'm gonna stop over at Medbay on the way. Care to join me, Commander?
Of course. I don't imagine he's really intoxicated from one gin and tonic, but
All right, while you guys are doing that, we'll head back to the captain.
So yeah, on my way to the kingdom.
All right, so you're still traveling along. You run up to a river with a stone bridge crossing.
Do I recall anything from the book about the stone bridge?
Give me an insight command difficulty 1.
We're at 1 momentum, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend that. Train. Well, not generate anymore, apparently.
Yeah, there is a short snippet story about a knight who guards the bridge and refuses passage.
Is said knight there?
You don't currently see them.
Then I'm going to cross the bridge.
And as you start to cross the bridge, you hear a rustling in a tree nearby, and swinging off of a vine is let's call it a chimpanzee humanoid, swinging on a vine, dressed in armor, swinging right onto the bridge and stops in his path. Whoa there!
Oh my god, you should never sneak up on someone like that.
What do you think you're doing crossing my bridge?
Sir Knight, please, you must allow me to cross. My daughter is in grave danger, and I must get to her right away.
Under no circumstances am I allowed to allow anyone to cross this bridge.
Then is a bridge not worth crossing if there is a bridge?
What? He says with a puzzled look.
What would be the point of a bridge if it's not for one to cross?
Fair maiden, I have sworn an oath to prevent people from crossing this bridge.
And under whose authority you swore this oath to?
Well, the king, of course.
The king. And why would the king not allow people to cross the bridge that he so would be built himself or had built?
The king has given me full authority to decide who may or may not cross the bridge.
And would you grant me access to cross the bridge? Pretty please.
Give me a presence command difficulty 2.
Persuasion.
Yes.
I will give you a threat. I'll re-roll the 0.
Gain 3. You could kind of see the Ape Knight very deep in thought. Well, since you asked nicely, you may cross my bridge, fair maiden.
Thank you, Sir Knight. I am humbly grateful.
And he kind of steps away to a side.
And I will tell the king of your dedication.
Tell me, fair maiden, what is it you seek that way across the bridge?
My daughter, Caissie. She kind of looks like me. Short, but a small child.
And the Ape Knight will kind of get close, kind of do like the, looking at both sides of your face, kind of getting, within a foot or two. Yeah, I see the resemblance now.
So she came through here.
Yes, of course, with a whole contingent of guards.
A whole of the kings, I presume.
Of course. The Avian Guard's very finest. Sorry, Avian Knight's very finest.
Thank you, Sir Knight. If you excuse me, I must get to her with all due haste.
Be safe, fair maiden. May your journey be pleasant.
And you have a good day as well, Sir Knight.
Thank you. And he kind of gives like a knightly bow. And then he climbs back on his vine and swings back into the tree.
Yeah, she'll continue along the road to the kingdom.
All right. Back in engineering. Wagner and Caissie will finally join in. Oh, excuse me. Will finally join in engineering.
What's the situation? I was wondering when I was going to be brought into this.
This book has some kind of subspace anomaly connected to it. And apparently it sucked the captain in once you opened it and read part of it. I'm assuming her daughter is also in the book.
Just when I thought I'd seen everything.
Exactly.
Well, how can I help in my...
You have certainly more experience with subspace and or warp time distortions. Any ideas, Commander?
Well, I've survived them, but I can't say temporal mechanics has ever been a particular strength of mine.
Well, I'm open to ideas from anyone. I don't want to read the book and disappear. So, I'm not sure what we should try, if anything. I can certainly scan it some more.
Well, if I may, I would actually propose that we go in. If the captain and her daughter are in any danger, uh, eventually we'll need to figure out a way to get them out.
Yeah, but if we're all in the boat, how will we get out?
Well,
I
hopefully
mean,
there's a way to get out once you're inside. Finishing the book, maybe?
perhaps. I mean, Stranger Things.
Let's not send anyone more into the book than what is necessary, but I would volunteer myself, of course, as seeing as I am no longer an essential member of the crew.
Uh, well, Commander, to be quite honest, if you wouldn't mind, you have the most experience of anyone here with leading away teams. Lieutenant Commander Krim put me in charge of putting together an away team, and I'd love to have you on the away team. And actually, if you wouldn't mind, I'd love to have you lead it.
Well, I suppose I could give it one last kick at the can. I don't imagine I'll lead very many of them if I do become a captain. I suppose we should bring along a someone more scientifically inclined as well.
I guess I'm your science officer, so I will be going with you. That means the book will be here by itself. Well, other than my science team.
Well, we'd be glad to have you then. Lieutenant Wagner, if you'd like to come along as well. I think that would fill out our team.
Happy to. Who knows? We might need somebody to pilot something in there or drive something.
Commander Krim, I'm sure it is best that you stay here, remain in command of the expedition, and monitor the situation.
Understandable. We can't have all of the command staff away.
Well, let's take a look at this book then.
Guess I open it back up.
Okay.
In chance I can open it close to where it was opened previously.
I don't know if you caught the exact page.
Okay. Well, sometimes when you read a book, the binding like opens to a page that's been looked at multiple times.
Yeah, when Prax dropped it, it kind of shuffled.
Oh yeah, certainly, yeah. And random it is.
So is everybody going, or is anyone staying behind? Just so I know who's where.
I think Lieutenant Krim, Commander Krim is the one staying behind.
Yeah, he has to stay in charge of the ship.
Okay. All right.
He can
So
bring
what
his
is
support if he wants.
what is everyone else doing?
We're gonna read the book.
Yes.
All right. So the way I picture this, I picture DeHaas holding the book open and all of you starting to read the same paragraph, from the, top of the page. And Krim, you notice that as soon as they start reading, all of them just disappear and the book drops to the floor.
Good luck, guys.
Heading back to the Theater of the Mind. Captain, you finally make your way to the main city of this of the kingdom of, what the hell did I call this? Barisma. And when you get to the outskirts, it's a very busy and bustling city. Lots of different animals coming and going, humanoid creatures, very mystical creatures just populating the city, coming and going. Every street corner is full. There's markets, there's people yelling, children playing. Very busy city.
She heads towards the palace.
And as you're making your way through one of the markets, you just hear people trying to sell you stuff. Chicken feet, 3 for a penny. Come on, get your fine linens here. Only 4 quantums. You get bumped into by a strange man. Here, have this drink.
I'm quite all right, thank you.
And as you make your way past the city, you come to what you recognize as being the castle gate. Outside stands 2 of the Avarian guards. These guards are humanoid bird-like creatures, clad in shiny silver armor with gold sparkling off of unique features, like their certain golden inlays on their gloves, designs on their armor. It's shiny silver, golden highlights. Each of them are carrying pole arms, and there's 2 on a closed gate that you walk up to.
Greetings.
Move along, citizen, move along.
I humbly request an audience with a representative.
Sorry, the king is not taking visitors today.
But I am a special visitor. I believe my daughter is currently with him.
The two guards kind of confer with each other. You must be Captain Prex.
Yes, I am.
The king has been expecting you. Open the gate! One of them yells, and the gate slowly starts to open.
Thank you. And she passes through the gate.
All right. Meanwhile, in another part in the kingdom of Pharisma, let me go this one. Come here, tokens. All right, we got the Haas, Bedin, Wagner, Caissie. All right, all four of you, since you started reading at the same passage, you appear in the same place. You are greeted by a very surreal lake at the edge of a forest. Waterfall on one side, the most beautiful scenic thing you've ever seen. Perfectly clear water, vegetation, beautiful colors, greens, purples, reds, just lining this lakeside. As the three of you just appear next to on the banks of this lake. This beautiful, pristine lake.
Huh. Well, that's spectacular.
Might be one of the most beautiful scenes I've ever seen.
No sign of the captain, though. Is there like a path or something to follow?
Not that you can make out from here.
Do our tricorders work?
Yeah, I was about to ask.
They do not. In fact, they appeared to not be powered.
Well, then that probably means our phasers are not powered either.
Vedden will take out his phaser and check his phaser.
Same thing. Not powered.
Yeah, looks like nothing's gonna work.
I look around and see if there's any like stout branches that can make like a staff or something with.
Give me an insight and either security or engineering. Insight or reason. I'll let you choose. And either security or engineering. Diff 2. It being nestled next to a forest, it doesn't take you long to find a few long sticks that you figure you could probably fashion into, like a sharpened spear.
I did roll under enough that I would have gotten it on the right when I picked science instead of security by accident.
Oh,
It didn't change my.
I didn't even notice that, but yeah, you are fine.
Yeah.
Because I think your engineering is 4.
My security is 2. My reason
Oh yeah,
is 11.
no, you're fine. You're good. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, so I'll try and make a couple saves.
What's everyone else doing while DeHaas is off searching?
Also look around at the geology of the place. Look around.
So you said the lake looked pristine?
Yes, like able to see to the bottom. You know, it's a larger lake. Don't get me wrong. It's a large lake, but like within the 15 feet of the shore, you can see straight down to the water. It is that clear. You can even see fish swimming in it.
Yeah, Ben will walk up and kneel down and run his hand through it.
And as you run your hand to it, a small, it's called a larger than normal tadpole swims up to your hand and nudges it.
Huh. To look around. Does anything seem to be happening? Are the fish reacting at all?
Give me an insight security roll.
Difficulty
2.
Would
Give
any
me diff 2 complication 2.
Gotcha. Would any focus apply?
If you had like observation or something along those lines.
Investigative techniques?
No.
Okay. Take threats. Hey, I got one.
No, you don't notice anything out of place. Like you are so taken in by the scenery that you're just kind of like you let your guard down a little bit, I would say. Wagner, Caissie, anything you two are doing?
I'm gonna explore the area around the lake a little bit, or at least around the shoreline. A little bit further out from the water line, though, like not right at the coast.
Okay.
Just mainly looking into what's going on with the field and such.
Okay. Caissie?
Yeah, can he? He's gonna like see if he can wade behind the waterfall.
It's just there's no caves or anything behind it, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, like it's just the end.
Yeah.
All right. That was my idea.
All right. Wagner, go ahead and give me an insight con. I'll call it a difficulty 2.
I don't think any of my focuses apply, so. I
If you
will
had
use.
like a navigation or something, I'd give you that.
I have astronavigation in particular.
I'll take it an increased complication if you want.
Sure. I'm gonna use bold con, so take a threat. And I will re-roll that one because of bold con.
All right, gain 1.
Sweet.
Hypnotoad.
Oh. There's a castle off this way along the path. And I'll point out the path leading toward the castle. Seems like civilization is off that way. I will call that out to the others.
Oh, sounds good. I made a staff or two for Brendan and anyone else. Caissie. In case we need to defend ourselves. Also because we're walking.
Very well. I guess we shall follow the path. And good eye.
All right, do you start down the path?
Yep.
All right. As you start to step onto the path, you hear this rustling of water and sounds of broken twigs coming from the nearby forest. And you just hear, hurry, 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 surround them, surround them. And as the chaos of the moment grips you, you see these amphibian humanoid creatures kind of bouncing on their hind legs, each decked out with spears. And there's about 6 of them that surround you. And in a frog-like voice, don't move.
We don't.
Commander, we have some. What was that, Caissie?
Oh, he's just going to say, we come in peace, we mean no harm. We are simply looking for a friend.
You are the same as the king. You are enemy to the Quiggin.
We do not follow anyone. We are here of our own accord.
You look just like the king, therefore you are the king.
What?
I can assure you, we have never even met or heard of this king. We are simply looking for a friend. We believe they may have gotten lost in these parts.
You are part of the king's guard, and you will be taken to our priestess.
Please, is there not an arrangement we can make, something we can help you with? You see, we are simply looking to pass through this area. We are not involved in or interested in any conflict with anyone.
The priestess will decide if what you are saying is true.
And he'll kind of turn around to the others and nod. Very well, we shall meet your priestess. Although we are rather in a hurry.
And the commander of the guards will nod, and the five remaining guards hurriedly run up to each of you. They each put on a weird, strange mask in front of your nose, and over your mouth and nose. and they rush you into the water, carrying you deeper into the lake. And then we will head back to the captain. Captain, you are led through the castle by a few guards, and you are eventually led into the throne room. And sitting in a long, ornate hall, at the very end of it, you can make out the throne, who you assume is the king sitting on the throne. And you can make out a few of like the king's servants, and you can see a small child playing next to the throne with a few toys that you believe is probably Caissie.
I'm assuming is there a squire introducing or like out of game?
Yeah, probably. There'll probably be one will come up to you. What is your name and title, so I may announce you properly to the king?
Azrael Prax, Captain.
Follow me, Azrael Prax, Captain. And as you draw closer, and you see the king, and in your humble opinion, the king is quite possibly the most handsome individual you have probably ever seen. Like he's that good looking, well, just the demeanor, very attractive. He's wearing ornate robes, a humble-ish crown. And as you head up, the squire will say, "My liege, may I introduce to you Azrael Prax, Captain." And he'll just motion for the squire to leave.
Your
The
sire.
king will lean forward. Azrael Prax, finally we meet in person.
Yes. Thank you for finding my daughter.
Finding her?
Apologies, I assumed.
I think you misunderstand the situation here.
Then please enlighten me.
We have heard you recount the tales of my kingdom for many nights now. And I have also learned about the world that exists outside of my kingdom. I wish to enter this world. The place where you and the child comes from.
I apologize because frankly, I'm still perplexed on how I even got in here myself.
My mystic is trying to find a way to allow me to leave the realm and enter your world, but he has thus been unsuccessful. But he has found a way to pull people in.
see. Unfortunately, I am no scientist. Well, mystic. Things you call magic in here in your realm do not exist in mine.
We have overheard your conversations with subspace communications and quantum torpedoes and such. We assume some as sophisticated as yourself could figure out a way to get us out of here.
And why would you want to leave your kingdom?
Call it curiosity, Azrael Prax, Captain.
For
As much as I hear your desire to explore your universe, I too seek to explore outside of mine. So this is the bargain I make with you, Azrael Prax. You find a way to get us out of here, and I return your child. Fail, and your child will remain here with me.
well, that is a little difficult to do here, considering I do not have any of my equipment to work with.
Well, then I suggest you get started.
May I have a moment with my daughter, please? To know that she's still safe.
And your daughter will look up, "Hi, Mommy. Isn't this so cool?"
It's very interesting indeed, sweetie. Where is this?
King Dale has promised me a place of my very own within the castle.
He has now. It's very nice of him to offer such accommodations while we're visiting.
Do you think we could stay for a little bit? A week, maybe?
We'll see. Your sire, may I speak with your mystic?
Unfortunately, my mystic is very busy trying to find a way out of this realm ourselves. He cannot be disturbed.
I would like to see his notes and what has accomplished so far.
Don't think I don't see what you're trying to do, Captain. I will not allow my knowledge of this realm to give you any type of advantage so that you can sneak out of here without me.
I would like to know how I was pulled into this realm. First off, maybe the key to getting out.
A portal of sorts.
And I would like to know more about this portal and how it functions.
Fortunately, that information is only known to the mystic himself.
which is the reason why I asked you to speak with the mystic.
Again, I will not permit that.
Then you asked the impossible of me.
If there's anything I overheard listening to your stories, your logs, the impossible is what you come to overcome.
Yes, however, there's always some root of knowledge. I must have a starting point. And you are clearly not giving me a starting point.
On the morrow, Captain, if my mystic is up for it, perhaps I will arrange a meeting.
Then I will wait for him.
Squire, give our guest a room. The East Wing, I feel.
That sounds like the dungeon to me.
No, it's
Okay.
like the not the nice part, but like where like they put the dignitaries.
Okay.
You know, it's not like the King's Wing, you know. If you'll follow me, Ezreal Pax, Captain.
Am I permitted to go over magical materials, Your Highness?
You shall have full access to our library in the East Wing.
Thank you. She nods to the squire to lead her on.
Okay. We will head back to the other group that was just recently captured by the Quiggins. The Quiggin warriors take you under the lake to what look like little tiny houses underneath the water. The devices that they placed over your mouth and nose seems to be a type of breathing device. And they lead you to one of the larger structures that is underneath the water. And in it, you could see decked out in ornate, coral sets and stuff. Sits stands a person in the middle of a large open room. And the commander of the guard that captured you will speak up. Priestess, we have brought those that we have captured. They wish to speak with you. Very well. What do they have to say?
We are looking for a friend. We are simply looking to pass through this area in peace. We mean no harm to anyone.
Who is this friend you speak of?
Her name is Azrael Prax.
That is a name we are unfamiliar with.
She is new to these parts, as are we. We believe she may have become lost somewhere nearby.
We cannot possibly tell you the location of a person we do not know.
Neither would we expect that. However, your guards did not permit us to pass through the forest.
We are in conflict with the forces of King Baal. We cannot be too careful with those that come seeking our roads. They assumed you were part of the Avarian Knights.
We understand, but we can assure you that we have no affiliation to any group.
Unfortunately, I fear that we cannot help you locate your missing compadre. However, there is one that may know.
And who might this be?
A great and ancient being who lives in the Black Hail swamps. She may know where your missing friend is.
Would it be possible to be taken to this person?
We can take you to the edge of the Black Hill swamps, but we dare not enter. This sacred land that us Qui-Gon will not enter under any circumstance.
I understand. Well, any help is appreciated.
Commander, take our guest to the edge of the Black Hail swamp. I wish you well in your journey, strange one.
Thank you, and we wish you the best as well.
And the commander say, "This way." And each of you are grabbed by one of the Qui-Gon warriors, and you are swam very quickly to the opposite side of the lake. And you are brought on shore. That way, you will find the entrance to the Black Hail swamp. But beware, those that enter the swamp. Many who have entered the swamp have failed to return.
We'll keep on our best guard. Thank you for the warning.
I wish you luck. You will need it. And he motions to his warriors, and they enter back into the water.
Yeah, so I guess we'll continue into the swamp.
All right, since we're approaching 11 p.m., I'll give you guys the option here. We could either make this a two-parter, or we could probably have to stay a little bit over and finish it tonight. I'll leave that up to you guys.
I'm okay with a two-parter.
I'm pretty tired, but you will probably have to do the second part without me.
I'm good for whichever.
I'm fine with whichever direction you wish to go.
Yeah, because I know DeHaas and Wagner tend to have hard stops around this time, so I just wanted to make sure before we move on.
much longer is like left?
It could be an hour and a half, 2 hours. That's why I gave you the choice. Because a lot of what happens here depends on players. So, I'm trying not to give too much away.
Yeah.
I'm starting to fade, so I can keep going, but I'm not gonna guarantee that I'll be fully alert for it.
I have maybe a half an hour left in me.
Okay, I tell you what. We'll put a pause in this episode until next week. We'll finish it next week. But with Caissie not knowing whether or not he'd be back, I think we do have to skip forward in time a little bit because I think there was a thing Prax wanted to do before you left the ship.
Okay.
So if Prax wanted to do that scene for Caissie, we could say this happens after you get out of whatever this is. If you get out, of course.
Let's hope so. Otherwise, the timeline gets messy.
Right. Or I make Prax do editing and put this in at the end next week.
I have to stop it here, go to local recording, and then
that is up to you if you wanted to do that, or we could just finish that scene here on the same stream. Up to you.
it doesn't really matter. It'd be more, I guess, handled probably maybe just in the transporter room instead, given what's transpired.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair point. Transporter room, where are you? Sick bay, captain's quarters. I know we have one. Did it get lost?
You could just keep it in theater of the mind.
Okay. All right, so for the last scene here, we'll be in the transporter room. Everybody's here to see Caissie off, beloved officer and whatnot. So yeah, Caissie, you'll step into the transporter room and you'll see all the senior staff there. Oops, wrong button. Still wrong button. There it is.
The captain is holding a long wooden box. I had hoped to do a little bit of a ceremony for you, Commander, before you depart, but given what we went through, good luck on your future command. It is, I may be mistaken, but I believe it's customary for certain naval officers in ancient Earth history to be given a sword.
It is indeed a custom. He'll reach forward and accept the box and take a look.
And inside, you'll find a replica of a beautifully crafted mid-18th century British Navy, British naval sword. like an officer's sword.
Right. Well, this is quite exquisite, and certainly quite the parting gift. I can't thank you all enough, and especially you, Captain, for everything that I have learned, and for the rest of you for making my job as first officer quite easy. It has truly been an excellent time, and I have learned so much that I hope shall prepare me for this course in future days in command.
And thank you, Commander, for serving with us. I'm sure I speak for all the crew members here and who have served with you in the past that we have all learned a lot. Your presence here on board the ship will sorely be missed.
Thank you, Captain. Well, before things get too sappy, I suppose I should head on over to the Fuso. I'm sure they're waiting for me, but I know that this will not be the last that we all see of each other.
See that it's not, Commander.
And he'll step onto the pad with his bags and his sword.
Someone has to say energized.
Figured that was a captain thing.
Yep.
Chief, energize.
All right, and we'll call that to be continued.